So I was a player up at Team Northumbria from the inception of the league, so 2005, through till 2017. In that time, when I was a player, I was studying sports development and coaching at Northumbria University. So there was a kind of natural transition into doing some additional coaching while I was playing. It was something that I was like really interested in. I started coaching youngsters, so at county level and at club level, and had a realization that I really enjoyed it. Loved working with like young players who showed like lots of potential to develop into great players, and that kind of decided that that was the route I wanted to go down. So when I was playing up there, kind of just put myself into environments where I could learn from other coaches, and got some opportunities to coach within the pathway up there with the under-15s and under-17s. And then had an opportunity a job role came up as a pathway coach up in the Northeast, that I applied for and was really happy to get in 2011. So worked as a pathway head coach for a number of years up there, and then got the opportunity to apply for a role at Loughborough University as a pathway coach, and seen that was a really good step for me, with more opportunity to work within the NSL environment and progress through. So so spent 3 years as a pathway coach at Loughborough University and Loughborough Lightning, and then in 2022 got the opportunity to step up as head coach for Loughborough Lightning, that's kind of where we're at now, whatever number season this is now. I think it's 4 or 5 seasons. So really enjoying it. Kind of loved my journey of it, with it being progressive, so not going kind of straight from being a player into a head coach role. Like, I've really enjoyed the process of like working with pathway and learning a lot about that and how that can massively impact an athlete's development and opportunity for them to then get into like NSL environments. And so I've really enjoyed the kind of progression kind of route and journey of my coaching. And there's been lots of opportunities that I've kind of just said yes to, even at times, where you feel, oh, am I ready for that? But all of those experiences have kind of led to where I am right now. I think my vision for Lightning is to continue to be one of the best franchises, not only kind of where we are competing on the court, but how we, develop people on and off the court, and how we, are continuously trying to be as progressive as possible with our pathway. I think it's all important to make sure that we've got the best franchise for people to continue to develop and thrive in, and that's really important for me. I love the environment that we are consistently creating, and my aim is to continue to drive that, but also not be stagnant. And it doesn't happen just naturally. We've got to continuously learn from previous seasons. We've got to continuously look at how we can step forward, and how we can be progressive and evolve. And so it's constant. It's constant work, but ultimately my vision is for us to be the best franchise for any athlete to come through the pathway and perform at the top. And I think that is part of the legacy. There's been lots of amazing coaches and amazing leaders that have came before me, and I feel really privileged and almost a sense of, responsibility to continue their work and keep progressing, keep progressing our franchise as much as possible, and in the way that I lead our program and the vision that I have for it. I think as a coach, I like to be very honest. I love the journey of an athlete. As I mentioned previously, as a previous pathway head coach, one of my favourite things is to see the development of an athlete from a young age through to performing on the NSL court, performing on an international stage. And to be part of that journey is something that it's really meaningful, and not to take that away from the athlete themselves who put in a lot of work, but to be part of somebody's journey is an amazing thing to feel. But also, I think from a philosophy perspective, I feel like it changes depending on who you're working with, but ultimately I think it'd be about its honesty, hard work, integrity, and kind of sticking to my own personal values as well, and making sure that I am authentically myself through this journey, and allowing players to be authentically themselves too, but collectively together. So it's not easy. There's times where it's challenging, but ultimately that's part of the journey, right? So yeah, I think I would say that's my coaching philosophy. Yeah, so we're on week 7 of pre-season, and it's been great to have Jo Noel in. She's a lot of fun, a lot of energy, and ultimately, as I've always known, very knowledgeable. We've got a great relationship, keep each other grounded, and ultimately back to the focus of what we're trying to achieve this season is to win and win well and enjoy the journey at the same time. So I feel like it's been really good to have different energy, somebody who's different to me as well as a person. And yeah, it's been really good. I've really enjoyed it. Last season was a good season. We made the final, 5 finals in a row, something that we're really proud of. But ultimately didn't kind of get it across the line when it mattered. And I think I think it's easy to dwell in those moments of that one moment of not winning that final can sometimes have a really negative impact on like what was the season last season. But ultimately, we achieved a lot. We had some new faces in there. We had the usual journey, some ups and downs, and that's expected. And I feel like to get to the final was a real achievement. And, we've got to make sure that we celebrate those moments. And I think moving forward, like we know what we need to do next season. The aim is to win and win well. And as I said before, like enjoy the journey. So ultimately that hasn't changed moving forward. Like we want to be in that final at the end of the season, and we want to be lifting that trophy. So yeah, we're really, really focused and ready to step up to that challenge.